If you are just seeing the updates on the news and you're not sure of what's going on, you are understanding correctly. Because of the deceit of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and his inability to keep the peace agreement, he has continued to send bombs towards Lebanon, which killed over 250 somewhat people and counting. This is Trump's ally. They're not taking us seriously anymore. Because of that, a 2-week agreement has just ceased because he killed over 250 something people in Lebanon. Not even 24 hours. And now Trump has to figure out for the country, what are we going to do? According to Al Jazeera, the Iran war live, Israel kills 254 in Lebanon after there was an agreement for a ceasefire. It has not even been 24 hours. And Iran was gracious enough, under a looming threat of 48 hours, to where Trump had promised nuclear attack or missiles to damage bridges, communications, and energy sources within the cities of Iran. And under all of that, along with Pakistan, they were able to come up with a ceasefire for the next 2 weeks. Here we are, the axis of evil, Netanyahu, has now deterred those talks. They have immediately said no to any peace deals, and they have closed the Strait of Hormuz. This is so important right now, you guys. I don't know if you understand how serious this is. This is not like, okay, they close the Strait of Hormuz and then we're out of gas for a few days, or somehow we're going to be able to siphon gas from somewhere else. You know, I looked at a special a couple of days ago, and they were talking about how important the gas is that comes through the Strait of Hormuz. Is because that fuel has been processed in a particular way. See, like if we get fuel from like Venezuela, it's been described to be like tar, almost like too thick. It hasn't been refined well enough. Oil within our country, we're also having to refine it into a different type of way, and so that gas that comes through the Strait of Hormuz is the most profitable for companies, and also too, it helps us with our clean emissions requirements in our country. When you experience a gas shortage to the capacity of what happened in the 70s, there is violence. Okay, it's not like, oh, a lot of people are just being considerate in line. You have people that will cut. You have now America, we're our country that carries, okay, open carry, and so you got a lot of violence. It's also going to affect the global breadbasket. So the fuel that they produce through there, it also helps to create fertilizer. And if we don't have fertilizer, we can't grow the foods that we're used to. Helium, when that fuel comes up out of these refineries, out of the ground, it creates helium that creates materials for them to create soft microchips. Also, too, it has something to do with our healthcare. Helium is needed for the MRI machine. It's also needed for respiratory care. Can you imagine your child cannot receive respiratory treatments on the brink of death because we're now out of helium? I didn't even know that. Also, too, surgeries. For them to operate CO2, there has to be a balance between carbon dioxide and oxygen. Well, helium helps with that process. I had no idea. This is why it is so important right now, because Representative John Larson filed the articles of impeachment against Trump. It has come to a time now where we can no longer we can no longer try to compromise or try to make light. This is bigger now than Republicans versus Democrats, independents versus libertarians. This is bigger than that now. Now we're talking about also moving this pro-Israel lobbyist that is not legally registered within our country, and that is AIPAC. AIPAC has money in its hands so far down the pants pockets of some of our representatives, Congress people, and administration that they can't even sit down. Okay, and it's on both sides. They got money in the Democrat side and they got money in the Republican side. It doesn't matter. But we've got to stand up. You've got to contact your representatives and agree with this articles of impeachment for them to push it forward on both the Republican side and the Democrat side. Okay, your party, because our Constitution, our democracy is in jeopardy. Our land is in jeopardy. Our way of earning a living is in jeopardy. See, when all of this is said and done, there's going to be a new great reset. They haven't talked about that. And then also, too, what type of future are we leaving our children? We're leaving them with no hope. And that's going to fall on us. The history books are going to say we failed them. And we allowed one person to hold the reins of our country. Please engage. I'd love to know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also, too, get in contact with your representative. It is easy to do. Just Google, put in your state and your city, your district, and it will easily pull it up for you and flood their emails and voicemails. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay blessed.